In this video, I would like to talk about structure. Now, structure is very important in Wing Chun because we don't want to rely on brute force. In Wing Chun, we want to rely on structure, sensitivity, and timing. So, when we do our basic practice in Siu Lim Tao, structure must be paramount. We are not practicing the Siu Lim Tao to get moves and techniques right. We are practicing it to learn what structure feels like to us. So I'll go through what the basic structure is for Siu Lim Tao with Sheung over here, and I'll talk through how you can make sure you're doing the right thing. Okay, so just get into a basic stance, part way. So Sheung here is now in the beginning of Siu Lim Tao, a very common move with a Tan Sao. Slightly wrong on purpose. And now we'll go through what the important points are to get this right. There are 5 points to look out for: Kim Sat, Lok Ma, Ting Yu, Tam Tao, and Mai Zhang. I'll run through them in turn. Kim Sat, it means knees in. We want the knees to come closer together, almost as if you are clamping down, riding a goat, riding a horse, and clamping down. But you don't want to do this too hard, just enough that you grip onto the thing without crushing it. So if you imagine having an empty Coke bottle, you don't crush the bottle all the way, but you just grip it hard enough that it doesn't fall. That's the first one. Second one is Lok Ma. That is sinking down onto the horse. And what does that mean? I mean, I relax my body weight and I feel it melting down and collecting at my knee. So for this, you could sort of imagine that you are a popsicle in the hot ice, in the hot sun, and you are slowly melting and dripping, and the water collects at your kneecap. It should not collect at your thighs or your hips, but right on the knee. This will feel more tiring at first, but it's important to get it right. Third point is Ting Yu. That's straightening the waist. Now, our spine has a natural S-shaped curve here. And when we do the Siu Lim Tao, we want to straighten out the lower back, and that's what we mean by Ting Yu. So you can sort of adjust your hip forward so that your lower back and tailbone point straight down into the ground. That's the third point. The fourth point is Tam Tao. I want to straighten and have my head erect so that my neck is also straight. How do I do this? I imagine that there's a string or balloon connected to the back of my head, and it pulls gently upward this way. So that helps to complete the straightening of my spine. And finally, the fifth point is Mai Zhang. That's the elbows being buried. What does it mean in practice? I make sure that they are tucked into my center line. Both the Tan Sao and the fist and the back here. Not splayed out, but tucked in. And secondly, they are buried as low as possible. This way and this way.